Hi, it's Nina, and I'm here to guide you through a full moon flow. We're going to begin in a seated position, eyes closed, and hands on our knees. This full moon flow is all about taking a pause and coming back to yourself, a time to reflect, to feel what is working and not working, and become more grounded in what you feel is best for you. In this class, I'll guide you through a series of gentle movements to release any blocks or stagnant energy in order to continue to move forward. So take this time for yourself to nurture and care on your body, accept where you're at with loving kindness and compassion, and continue moving forward with grace, ease, curiosity, and excitement. And begin to focus on your breath, taking a big inhale in and letting it all out. And just take a few rounds of breathing, in for 3 counts and exhaling for 6, releasing any excess energy that does not serve you. And begin to come back to a normal breath, observing where you're at. And take a moment to set a guiding light for this class, something positive and light to come back to when your mind starts to wander. Something that supports the release and grounding of what you are moving towards. And start to open your eyes. We're going to start into some neck stretches right now. So just take your right arm behind you and grab your left wrist. And just drop your head over to your right shoulder. Begin to roll your head forward and back. Very subtle, gentle movements, feeling that stretch in the left side of your neck and your shoulder. Remembering to find your breath here. And then switch sides, reaching for the opposite wrist and dropping your head over to your left shoulder, rolling the head forward and back. Slow and gentle movements here, taking nice deep breaths. And coming back to center, just going to bring your hands to your knees and then lift your arms all the way up towards the sky. And on an exhale, you're going to twist to your left, just something very gentle. And inhale, lift up, and exhale over to the right. And inhale the arms up one more time each side. Exhale, twisting to your left, keeping the spine nice and straight. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, twist over to your right. And inhale, lift the arms all the way up, take a little back bend. And exhale, release your arms down. We're going to make our way into tabletop, bringing the knees far apart from each other, the feet together, gently dropping the hips onto the heels and extending the arms forward, coming into child's pose. Just allowing yourself to relax here. Feeling the hips just begin to melt a little bit deeper. Maybe coming back to that guiding light if your mind starts to wander. Allowing the exhales to be a little bit longer than the inhales. And start to come back onto your hands and your knees, tucking your toes under and lifting your hips up and back into our first downward facing dog. So just take a few moments here to pedal out the feet. Maybe push the hips from side to side. Feeling that nice deep stretch in the backs of the legs, maybe even in the lower back. Taking that deep bend in your knees and just allowing the head and the neck to relax and hang here. And lift the head up, walk your feet all the way up towards the top of the mat. And inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, release down. And inhale, lift your arms all the way up towards the sky. And exhale, hands to heart. Take a moment here. And inhale, lift the arms up towards the sky. And exhale, fold forward, bending the knees. And inhale. Take opposite elbows here. We're just gonna swing from side to side. Maybe bending the legs or straightening, relaxing your head and your neck here. Feeling that nice stretch all the way from your back, all the way to your heels. Releasing your hands to the ground, step your foot back, and your other foot back, and lower down from plank. And inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And you can play around with bending and straightening your legs here. Relaxing the head, maybe shaking it forward and back and from side to side. Pushing away from the ground. And look forward. Start to walk your feet all the way up to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift your arms all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lift up and back. And exhale, lower down. And inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands down. Step back into your plank. Lower into chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. And take a big inhale here. And exhale, let it out. And look to the top of your mat, walk your feet up. And inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, lift your arms all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bring your feet together. Lift the arms up and back. Hands all the way down to the ground. And inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back into plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Finishing up with our sun salutations. Lift your right leg up towards the sky. And exhale. Release your leg to the ground. Lift your left arm up to the sky. And exhale, release. And lift your right leg back up to the sky. You can bend your knee. Roll the hip around a little bit here just to open it in one direction. And switching directions. And release that right leg down. Lift your left leg up to the sky. Exhale, twist your leg out and over and lift your right arm up towards the sky. And release your hand back down. Kick your left leg up towards the sky. And bend your knee, rolling your hip in one direction and into the other direction as well. And straighten your leg back. Release your foot down. Coming back into down dog. Take a big inhale in. And walk your feet all the way up to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift your arms all the way up towards the sky. And exhale, hands to heart. Bring your feet together. Inhale, lift the arms up. Sink your hips down and back, coming into chair pose. Coming back to your breath here, taking long, slow, deep breaths to recenter the body. Shifting the weight into the right leg, lift the left knee up, and then begin to extend that left leg back, coming into a warrior 3, maybe bringing the arms behind you into airplane or to your chest, finding your variation. Big inhale here, and exhale out. Slowly begin to lower that left foot down to the ground. Lift your arms up to the sky, coming into crescent lunge. Lifting the arms up and releasing the shoulders away from the ears. And bring the hands slowly behind the back of your head, twisting over to your right and back to center. Exhale, twisting to your right and back to center. Just one more. Twisting to your right and back to center. Lift your arms up to the sky. Take a back bend here. And exhale, hands to the ground. Step your right foot back into plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. We'll repeat this on the other side before we begin to slow down and to go into some deeper stretches. And find a big inhale here. And exhale, let it all out. And look to the top of your mat. Walk your feet all the way up. And inhale, lift the arms all the way up towards the sky. Take a back bend here. Exhale, hands to heart. And bring your feet together. Lift the arms up towards the sky. Sink your hips down and back, coming into chair pose. Shifting a little bit more of the weight into your heels. And sink the hips a little bit lower here. And shift the weight slowly into your left foot. Lift your right knee up. And then extend that right leg back. Flexing your toes, keeping your hips nice and square to the mat. Taking your variation with your arms. Bringing to your chest or back behind you into airplane. Finding your breath here. And slowly begin to lower your right leg down to the ground. Staying high on your toes, lift your arms up to the sky. Relax the shoulders from the ears. Finding your breath here. Finding that alignment with that front knee and your ankle. Now take your hands behind your head. You're going to twist to your left this time on your exhale. And inhale back to center. Exhale, twist to your left. Inhale back. Exhale, twist to your left. And inhale back to center. And reach your arms all the way up towards the sky. Take a back bend here. And exhale, lower your hands to the ground. Step back into plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Slowly lower your knees apart onto your mat. Untuck your toes and shift your hips onto your heels, extending your arms out in front into child's pose. If you'd like, you can turn your palms facing up to receive, maybe even taking the hands to the back of your neck, feeling that stretch in the triceps. Slowing the breath down, coming back to that guiding light that you set at the beginning of class. Allowing yourself to feel supported by the ground. Start to bring your hands back to the ground and to tabletop. And then sinking the hips to the side, we're going to come all the way onto our backs. So slowly make your way down and lift your legs up towards the sky, flexing your toes, just feeling the blood flow moving from your feet all the way down to your heart. Allowing yourself to feel safe and supported here, slowing the breath down even more as we settle into these deeper stretches. And slowly begin to bring your right knee into your chest, bending your left knee as well, and then take that right ankle over the left knee. You can reach to grab the front of the shin, or maybe even just behind the leg, taking your variation here for a figure 4 stretch. Remembering to flex your toes, maybe gently guiding that knee a little bit closer for a deeper stretch. And gently begin to switch sides, bringing that left knee into your chest, and then taking that left ankle over top of that right leg. Reaching between the legs and grabbing behind the leg or in front of the shin. Feeling the deep stretch on this side, it might feel a little bit tighter or looser. It's completely normal. Just enjoy the stretch, going as far as it feels good for you. And slowly begin to make your way out of that figure four. Hug your knees into your chest and rock from side to side, giving your back a nice deep massage. Lower your feet onto the ground and spread your knees apart, coming into reclined butterfly, Supta Baddha Konasana. You can place your hands on your belly. Maybe you'd like to place one hand on your heart and one on your belly. So find your variation here. If this is a little bit too intense for the hips or the knees, you can place a block or some pillows underneath your knees. And just allow yourself to sit here and receive in this stillness. After moving all of that energy in class, coming back to your mantra, releasing anything else that may be floating around in your mind, and just come back to that breath, feeling gratitude for the body. You can stay here, or if you'd like to just come into Shavasana, you can bring your knees back together and extend your legs out. Your arms by your sides and palms facing up. Feeling the gentle relaxation of the muscles surrounding your eyes and your mouth. Just feeling the body begin to relax from the neck to the shoulders, all the way down the arms to your fingertips. Surrendering the chest and the abdomen and the hips all the way into the earth. All the way down your legs to your knees, to your shins, all the way to your heels and the tips of your toes, fully relaxing and melting into your mat. Taking the next few moments here to settle into Shavasana, enjoying the stillness. And begin to move your fingers and toes, stretching your arms over your head. Start to bring your knees up and over to the side, just curling up here on the side of your body for a moment in the fetal position. And gently begin to push yourself all the way back up to a seated position with your hands on your knees. Closing your eyes, just finishing class like we began with some gentle breath work. This time, taking in some even breaths. So 4 in and 4 out. Taking a few rounds on your own. This time finding balance in what you're taking in and letting out. And just coming back to a normal breath. And coming back to that guiding light, that mantra that you set for yourself at the beginning of class. Breathing deeply into it, feeling it in your actual body. And putting a smile on your face, bringing your hands to your heart. Thank you all for joining me for this beautiful full moon flow.